I just lost my job. I'm probably going to get evicted soon. Like, what's next? What is my next move? And it was like that every day, like living in fight or flight. Like I'm in complete survival mode. And one night I went out with friends and woke up literally in her car. I was freezing. All the doors were open. We had gone back to her house, and I guess I had gone out to get something from the car. And I woke up freezing in the car with like a bong literally frozen in my hand. And I was like, this is like, what is my life? Genuinely, like, what does this all come to? And that morning, I went to my apartment, and I didn't know what I was packing for, but I went and gathered like anything that was valuable to me, like my guitars, my records, clothes. And I packed up my car, and I went to my parents' house because my parents would work during the day. And sometimes like I would go there and hang out and like mooch off them without them knowing. And I had gone to my parents' house, and I was like making myself food. I'm like thinking like, what am I going to do? And all the while my mom had been upstairs, and my sister comes through the back door. Now, her and I had always had a good relationship. At this point in time, to this day, we can't remember what we were fighting about, but we had not been on good terms. So my sister walks through the door, and she's like, what the hell are you doing here? And I'm like, I have just as much of a right to be here as you do. She was like, no, you don't. And and my mom's like, what's going on down there? And like comes downstairs, and next thing I know, we're like all three in this just like big blowout argument. And they wanted to go through my car. I think they thought like I stole clothes from them, which could have totally been like, that's not far from probably what was happening. So my mom and my sister start going through my car, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, I got to get out of here. I'm like I go upstairs in my parents' room, and I'm like looking for a checkbook because I'm like, I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm going to need money. That's like my MO at that point, was to just like steal from my parents, run. I find a checkbook. I'm like, what am I going to do? I like pack like a little bag. I think I steal alcohol. They always had alcohol in the house. Like my parents have like a bar. I steal alcohol, checkbook, whatever I can get my hands on. And by the time that my mom and my sister, like I walk outside, and I just like try to get in my car, my sister's trying to pull my keys, and somehow I get the keys in the ignition and I take off. And I had no idea where I was going, but I started driving towards Indiana. It's not far from Louisville. And I get to Indiana, and it's been like 3 hours. And I'm like, why don't I just drive to Chicago? I had friends that lived there. I had run away to Chicago in high school once. That's a story for another day. But why don't I just run away to Chicago and like go to Chicago for the day and like simmer down? I'll write like a $600 check, and that'll be it. And then I get